With the return of Star Trek Prodigy, let's get into fan service done right on this week's
Initial Thoughts. Part 1. Initial Thoughts. Part 1. Initial Thoughts.
Today we're reviewing the 6th episode of Prodigy, Kobayashi. There will be spoilers if you consider them no-win scenarios. Not just the best episode of Prodigy so far, the best fan service, the best clip show. Well, that wasn't hard. And just the best episode we might have seen in the Kurtzman era of Star Trek. Maybe we can break the like counter this week. We first find out Protostar has traveled 4,000 light years, and are somewhere in the Gamma Quadrant. Let's get the C plot out of the way first. Murph accidentally eats photon grenades, Rock Talk becomes concerned, and we discover that in case of emergency, your Murph can be used as a bomb disposal unit. It's a funny bit for kids, and if this was an adult Star Trek, I'd dislike it. But the fart joke lands it in the light category. The B-plot involves Gwyn coming out of dealing with daddy issues with the help of the de facto counselor Zero, which gets a like. As part of this, the show is finally dated within the Star Trek timeline in a flashback sequence about Gwyn's creation 17 years earlier. Stardate 43929.9 would place it during TNG's 3rd season, which would date Prodigy in 2383. This is 5 years after Voyager gets home and nearly 2 years before the synth attack on Mars. Gwyn also starts prying into the classified files about what the Protostar's original mission was, which we'll get back to at the end of this review. As for the main plot this week, Murph discovers the holodeck, which leads Dahl and Pog to go through some of the program files, and in the data we get callbacks to TOS's Spectre of the Gun, and the recurring Hawaiian resort program Neelix, Tom, and Harry designed on Voyager. I'm kind of upset we loaded Janeway's favorite romance novel and we still don't know what's on the 4th floor. We get a nod to Amok Time. There's a skydiving with Khan program set on SETI Alpha 5. They finally stumble on the classic Kobayashi Maru. The only difference is, this time, it's on the bridge of a Galaxy-class ship. When the bridge materialized from holodust, I got really excited. So let's throw out the first of many likes for holo programs in this episode. He's given an epic crew for the no-win scenario. We get Uhura, Beverly Crusher, Odo, and Spock. Just add 4 more likes now and 1 more for using stock audio snippets of them from previous shows and movies. As an audio engineer by trade, I would normally frown on cutting dialogue from multiple sources to voice something. But this is just done so well. What I particularly enjoy is using clips of Spock from TOS through the original series movies, and then into the Kelvin movies. I thought that was just a brilliant homage to Leonard Nimoy's entire career as Spock. After Dahl fails over 100 times, he kicks Pog out of the simulator, which I'm going to give him a dislike for here. The Kobayashi Maru is a team-building exercise. Janeway should have been there rating his performance and letting him know after the first set of failures that it's a no-win scenario. It's not just that he kicks Pog out, but that he doesn't think he has crew that has enough faith in him. And therefore, they're not doing a good enough job. That's cold and antithetical to part of what you're supposed to learn in this particular situation. I can't think of anyone who needs the Kobayashi Maru more than Dahl. Anyway, that gets 1 more like going for Pog's engineering replacement, Scotty. The hits just keep on coming. He makes up awesome descriptive titles for his bridge crew, including Earpiece and Jellyman. I'm going to throw a bit of a superficial dislike out there for his use of Big Red for Beverly Crusher, though. While I may use the pseudonym myself for her in the future, the CGI version of her is not nearly red enough. Dahl's going to get 1 more like in the simulator for me for finally coming up with a solution to saving the Kobayashi Maru and his ship. Even though he sabotages himself in the end and accidentally blows up his galaxy class, he still gets points for creativity. Looks like he may have learned something in the end, and given that I constantly dinged his character in the first 5 episodes before the break, we've got a really good start to the show for kids. That's giving us more character development in a few episodes than Discovery in a few seasons. Just when you think it can't get any better, Dahl comes strolling onto the bridge with new confidence when Gwyn cracks the classified data and Rock Talk loads a hololog of Captain Chakotay and Hologram Janeway watching a hologram of Hologram Janeway. We come back from a season break and we get left on another small cliffhanger, and this is a huge like for me. I've got a random like to give out because Holo Coffee. And one more like because of the beautiful in-memory scene at the end for Rene Aubergenois, James Doohan, and Leonard Nimoy. Not going to lie, after this nearly perfect episode, that brought a tear to my eye. And for that, Prodigy has a newfound respect from me. Completely random note. Did you notice at the beginning of the episode, Protostar's nacelles do a reverse Voyager? They're normally angled, but horizontal while the Protostar drive is engaged. I'm really excited for the next 4 episodes before another break. Thanks for tuning in. I've been your host, Dustin Wing.